Namaskaram to all of you. I'm Tanvi Gupta Bajoria and I'm a Isha yoga practitioner and a YouTuber. So currently I'm in Manali and I wanted to tell you about Manali and the journey. The journey is so beautiful for Manali, the mountain, the river, the small ponds, the bridges, the sun falling on the mountains, the chirping of the birds, and the weather, the cloud, the breeze. It just feels like wow. Yes, and it's very beautiful. Like the way when we were traveling from the Kullu onwards, it's incredible journey. You'll feel every bit of it, every breeze of it, and the way the winds are, and the way sun falls on you, and the mountains. It just feels really good. Manali, yes, it is called Switzerland of India, and I completely agree. And it has a river line, the Bias flows in between, and you can just be there, be there on the mountains. We just did small treks which are of 2 kilometers, and then just coming back. It's just moving into the dense forest, moving into the mountains, those dense big trees, just be with them, and the way sun is falling and the way the cold breeze when it just touch your system, it just feels amazing. There are many treks, there are many small treks. You can just do it, just a 2 kilometer trek, just go and just come back and just be in the forest, in the mountains. It's itself very, I mean, for me it was overwhelming. And then there are cafes which are on the mountains. They're very small cafes, very small setup done by people. I have made separate videos on them as well. So you just go and just sit. They'll serve you 2 3 things: the tea, Maggie, coffee, and the dal rice. That's all, nothing much. So the 2 3 things which they'll serve you, they're very tasty. वैसे भी I'm not like a Maggie person, but पहाड़ों में मैगी खाने का भी मज़ा is like wow, बहुत मज़ा आता है. But the when Maggie comes and you just want to have it, it feels really good. So for mountains, I can just speak endlessly. I crave for mountains, and be in the mountains is always like be with yourself. It's a lot of self realization that always happens. That's why I want to be here for the long. And to my amazement, there are a lot of hostels also here which are providing you for the stay of 1 month or 15 days, and they're beautiful hostels and very neat and clean. And I really wanted to come and be a part of it. Let's for 15 days. I want to do more treks. There is Byaskund trek and there is Chandratal trek, which it's a 2 days. There are 2 days trek, 1 day going and 1 day coming, and then staying up on the top. And I really wanted to do it. And just in the April, I did Kheer Ganga trek, and that was one of the incredible experiences of my life, and it was beautiful. Manali has many small cafes. Just go and sit. There's a river flowing next to the cafes. They're just on the it's like this is the river and this is the cafe. So it's very beautiful, and you can just sit there for hours and order some light food for yourself, whether it's tea or just have a coffee or anything. Soups are really yum here, and it's beautiful. You won't believe that the Manali is just full of apples. There are apple orchards everywhere. The entire lane is apples, and it's covered. Apples you will find everywhere in Manali. We are just plucking apples and just eating, and they're very juicy and very tasty. So people have their apple orchards, like they have their bagichas of apples where they're just apples, endless apples, growing, and you will see just the apples hanging like in bunches here. I'll just show you in the photographs as well. So the journey itself is like at times it's just the apples on the way, and it's very mesmerizing and beautiful to see them. Here apples are just 25 rupees kgs or 30 rupees kgs, whereas in north we get for 180, 200, 250. So it's very cheap, and they're really yum. So we have got like one big peti of apples from here, which is like around 15 kgs. We thought they वो ठीक ही रहते हैं, मतलब खराब नहीं होते for another 1 month or so. So we just took one peti. So I mean, Manali is very beautiful, very beautiful. and the mountains itself, and the way everything is. It's just incredible. And I do personally, I have a lot of craving for mountains. So for me, it's an overwhelming experience. And thank you so much for watching me. If you have any questions related to Manali and you want to check it out with me right now, how is it in the Corona times? Whether you can go, what about the hotels and everything, and you can just check out with me.